Hello, I'm Renee Langbart. I am the director of the Clay Center Area Chamber of Commerce. And today I'm so excited to have my very special guests here with me in the office. I have Jeremy and Nicole Glavin, and they are the newest residents here in Clay Center. And we are having a little interview with them to kind of introduce them to the community. They have purchased Hanson Ford, and right around the corner from my business, and I am so excited to have them here. They're a young family, and we're just gonna get into it. And first of all, why don't you guys start off by telling us about your family?
Well, I'm Jeremy Glavin. This is my wife, Nicole, and this young 10-month-old baby is Sophia Glavin. We have a 18-year-old daughter, Madison Glavin, and she is going to OSU.
Very good.
Now, she picked OSU before we purchased, so no K-State
No
fans
hard
can,
feelings
no hard feelings there.
against
This
that.
was already set in stone. And then I have a son, Cooper Glavin. He's 14, and he will be attending Clay Center. He's in the 8th grade now and will be in the 9th grade next year. And then I have a third daughter, and Emery Glavin, and she is in the 4th grade and will be going to the 5th grade. She is 10 or 9, but will be 10. Yeah, her birthday's next month, so well, April 26th. So.
And I have to say, your children are beautiful. Sophia her eyes are gorgeous, and when you guys were here over spring break, I was so glad that my son Spencer got to meet Cooper, and I know that they exchanged text message numbers, and I have to tell you that when I talked to Spence about it, I said, can you imagine coming into a school district at the end of the year? And I said, that must be kind of hard, and Spence said, he goes, nope, he'll be fine. He knows me now. So I think that the guys around here are really great guys. So I know that your kids are going to be well loved and very welcomed into the school district.
Well, this is a beautiful community.
It really is, isn't it?
I was very shocked on how friendly the people of this community are. And I'm originally from Colorado, and my mom lives in Littleton, and Nicole's parents live in Seminole, Oklahoma, which is a suburb of Oklahoma City. And it's kind of funny, it's like Clay Center, the center, is like almost identical drive to my mom's house in Littleton, Colorado, to Nicole's parents. So it made it where it was a compromise for all the family, and her parents can see the grandkids.
Sure, it's so important.
And but one thing that we were shocked I'm gonna say it again, is that how friendly this community was. When we first came up to look at the dealership, I've never been greeted, and not that they knew what I was doing, but I've never, the genuine kindness that the community has, that's something that this community needs to be complimented on. So that was really awesome.
I'm very proud of our community. I feel especially in the last few years, we've really seen a strong coming together with like the school district updates and the Clay Center Business Association coming together to create a better downtown environment, and the chamber trying to evolve to be better for the businesses and create events and be better spokespeople for the business community. So with that being said, what exactly was it that made you think Clay Center was where you wanted to call home?
Well, first and foremost, you have to look at the school system, and I mean the school system rates so highly. The facilities are excellent, and we've walked through there. The principals, all the principals and all the teachers are very friendly, and you just have a good vibe when you walk into those school systems. So I mean that was a big part into it, and the surrounding communities and how they are. Clay County, I mean it's really a very good group of people, and then. A couple things is there's some populations out there, Manhattan, Junction City, the military base. And, I think that it would be nice for those people to come to Clay Center. In the past, a lot of people have gone to other communities and purchased vehicles. And I think it's Clay Center in Clay County's turn to get some of that tax dollar back to this community.
I agree.
So, that was a couple things that played into it.
Very good. I always say the school district, there was a little bit of debate about whether or not the school district should do what they did, as far as the bond issue. And, the way that I always felt about it, whether or not you were agree it or for it or against it. You know, it's kind of like we want the younger families to come to this community,
Right.
and that's one of the best ways to attract younger families is by having a fantastic school district. Because us as parents, we want to have our children in places where they're going to thrive,
Right.
not just be okay, but thrive and
Right.
be able to become incredibly productive people as they get older. And she might be the spokesperson for Glavin Ford. I'm just saying she's very outspoken and she's beautiful, and I'm pretty sure that everyone is going to respond very positively to her.
She loves telling stories.
Yes, I can see that. Hi, Sophia.
You know, and one thing is that really that when you Google Clay Center, and you have to do your research when you want to make an intelligent decision.
Exactly.
And we Googled Clay Center, and we saw the piece that Terry Bradshaw did on the community.
Yeah.
And you know, I'm thinking, you know, that community, and they've got the zoo, they have the water park. I mean, you're building the animal shelter. It's a community that really cares, and when you get in a community that cares, it makes your life a lot easier.
Yes.
And you know, one thing that I want to do is I want to take care of the customer, and I think that this community will allow me to take care of the customer, because ultimately a lot of businesses lose touch with the only reason they're in business is the customer. And I think that this community deserves that respect, because it has such a great vibe. And when you come in here, and you know, I've never really been, I've got a joke, y'all probably laugh, but I was talking with someone and I was like, man, they're too nice here. What's the deal? And I was like, you know, at 6 o'clock, is there going to be like some vampires come out or something? You know, it's like, you know, but it was such a warming, and me and Nicole we kidded around about how friendly they were, and it was, and with the Terry Bradshaw deal and the school system, it was a no-brainer that this is where God wanted us to be. So.
That's awesome.
So.
Well, I just, like I said, I'm so proud of Clay Center and the how far it's come in the last few years. It's just one of the things on my, I guess, internal agenda is kind of what you touched on as far as I think it's time that Clay Center steps to the front as far as becoming a destination community.
I think so.
That's what I really, really want to see happen. I think there's things that have been laying down groundwork over the last couple of years for us to step into that position. And I think that you becoming a part of the business economy and becoming a part of Clay Center, the community, is really going to help pivot us into that dimension. And one of the things that we're doing with the Economic Development Group this summer, we have the opportunity to go to a destination boot camp in Colorado, and where we will learn more strategies for becoming just that. And so hearing you talk about that you want to bring the business back here really excites me to know that there's just another person on board with that. And because that's a mindset. It's not everyone thinks that way. And that's how we need to think if we want the business community to continue to grow. So what are some of your goals?
Well, I want to build a new facility.
Okay.
And I think the people of Clay Center deserve to have a state-of-the-art facility, to have the car serviced at, and, you know, be able to have selection. I plan having a great selection, so that way you don't have to drive. You don't feel like, well, there's not a good selection there, and I should have to drive, you know, 30, 40, 50 miles to get a good selection. I want to have the selection that those big city dealers have, and give you the atmosphere of a small town, but give you the big city prices where, you know, I'm going to compete with those guys and give you the best price, you know, that they can offer, and even beat their price. I want to keep the money here in Clay Center. And I bought a house. Our kids are going to be in the Clay County community. I'm going to support all of the Clay County community functions and be a part of it, if you'll have me, of course.
Of course.
But I think that's very important, and I've always, you know, wanted to, you know, be a part of a community that cared. I mean, and I really feel like I've been blessed by God to find this community. So.
I think God's really brought you here.
I think so. I mean,
I believe that.
I really do.
Yeah.
I do believe that 100%.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I think that there's no greater peace knowing that this is where you're supposed to be, and that this is where you're going to thrive, and that God's going to use you.
Well, I close today, and it's pretty stressful, and you're doing all these deals, but I just know in my heart that it's all going to work out, and it gives you a peace of mind knowing that we made the right decision, because it is stressful buying a business, and it is stressful moving your family and everybody starting school and buying a house.
Sure.
And, oh my gosh,
that's a huge stress.
But something right here tells me that this is the place, and it's it's the right opportunity.
Yeah.
So
I feel like this community is just gearing up to embrace your whole family, and I think that like I said, everybody's going to be so excited to have you become a part of our lives, and because that's really what it is. We're all a part of each other's lives. And
well, in saying that, I want to embrace the community, and I want to give back to the community.
Yeah.
And so that can't be one-sided. I need to give back to the community as much as the community gives to people, because that's what's going to make it more people want to come here.
Sure.
And get people that want to give back to the community. We don't want a bunch of people one-sided coming.
Exactly.
I hope that wasn't too bad.
No. No, not at all. I just think this is such a great move. So, not to be like a Debbie Downer or anything, but being in business, of course, what do you think your challenges are going to be starting up? It's different when you're taking over an existing business, but what do you think some of your challenges may be? And to put a positive spin on that, what do you need to overcome those challenges, do you think?
Well, I really don't consider them challenges. I think it's going to be a growing process, and it's finding good people. We need salesmen, sales personnel. We need, mechanics. When we build a new facility, we're going to need advisors. We're going to need people help out in the office. It's going to generate jobs, and so I think that those in itself, to give back to the community and have the community support it, really it's about finding good people. And I would think that if we have the right people, it will make it easy. I mean, I want people, sales personnel, that want to take care of the community, want to take care of the customers. I'm really big on customer satisfaction and taking care of the customer, because if you take care of the customer, they're going to come back and buy cars from you. And that's what it boils down to. And like I said, it can't be lopsided. You have to take care of your customers, and you have to take care of the community.
Yep, I agree with you.
People. I think that's going to be the biggest deal. So, honesty, integrity, and that's what I look for.
Yeah, it goes a long way.
It really does.
Yeah, I think that's one of the things that differentiate Clay Center from, even Manhattan per se. Manhattan is still technically a small community, even though obviously they're a lot larger than we are, but they have lost their person-to-person customer service contact with people, and most of the time the customer doesn't matter like the way it does in the businesses here. So
it's really gotten that bad across.
I know.
I mean, it's these companies and corporations. They really don't. I mean, I don't want to sound ugly or negative.
No, I know what you mean.
But they don't really care. You get the automated voice person, and you don't. You need someone. You walk into a business, you want to know that you mean something, and you're greeted with a smile and a warm handshake and a cup of coffee. That makes you feel good about your buying decision.
Yes,
and you're spending a lot of money.
Yeah.
You want to feel good about it.
Yeah.
So that's what I strive for. I want everybody that buy a car from us, whether you buy a $1,000 car or a $100,000 car, you get the same customer service.
Right.
You deserve it. You worked hard for your money, and you deserve to have that opportunity. Excellent. I feel like am I getting too?
No.
I'll just be like.
No, not at all. No.
But I really think that, people work hard for their money.
I agree with you.
And, you need to be treated, like the king or queen you are. And I really believe that customer service and getting that customer satisfaction is the key to anybody's success. And you have to have good people.
Yeah. Obviously I don't sell the same thing that you guys do, but the basis is still there. It's how you treat people is what makes the difference. And, there's nothing worse than going somewhere than knowing that they really don't care about you, or, because when people come into my shop, like, I value them.
Oh, yeah.
I'm so excited that they're there just because they're thought enough of my business to come into it. And so I want to treat them with as much love and respect as I can possibly do. So, well,
respect is earned, and I want to come in here and earn the respect of the community. And
that's great.
And I think to do that, you give out that respect, and I think eventually you'll earn it. And I really, honestly, I look around and I see just a bunch of good people, and I've been greeted, and my family's been so greeted. I think that, Clay Center and I are going to have a long-lasting relationship. So
I
I'm
think
excited.
so too. Yep. And Sophie.
And Sophie, when she's graduating her senior year,
Yeah.
she could look at this.
Yeah.
When she was blowing,
Raspberries on camera for all the world to see.
she's gonna get mad.
Yeah.
I can't believe you put me on.
That's okay. That's what parents are for.
Yeah.
We get to do things to our children.
So remember this day, everybody
Yep.
out there, that
We sure
Sophie, when
will.
her senior year, you could say, I remembered her.
Yep. So as we close, and I just again want to say that we're so excited to have you, and I hope that your transition is as smooth and as seamless as possible. And I will be praying over you guys and praying for your business and hoping that the kids all transition well and that everything goes well. So
Well, everything I see and I've seen here in this community, I think it's going to be a great transition. And I'm kind of
Agreed.
excited after closing on the business today, and I'm really excited. So I'm super excited. What else can I say?
yep, me too.
We've been blessed.
Yes.
We have.
I'm very excited to have you. Well, as a representative of the business community, welcome.
Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Hey, thank you to the community
Yes.
in Clay County and Clay Center. I really do appreciate this opportunity.
Yep.
So I had to say it.
Yeah, I'm glad you did. Well, thanks everyone for checking in with us, and we will see you again soon.